Hello, hello. Well, it's Saturday and I did a few deliveries today for a few hours. I usually don't do no more than a few hours on Saturday. I've got other things I want to do on Saturday and I hit it pretty hard through the week. So, made about 45 bucks today in a few hours, which isn't horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Uh, but there were some negatives today that I wanted to kind of talk about and vent, get off my chest. My first delivery was Uber Eats from Dunkin Donuts, which is about a mile and a half from my house, and that's where I was when I accepted the order. So I get in my car and drive a mile and a half and get out and go to the door and pull on the door, and the door's locked. And there's a sign posted on the door that says something about they're short staffed today, that they would be glad to help us in the drive-through. Well, guess what? I turned around and looked at the drive-through, and it had about 20 cars in it backed around the building. I want it so bad to just cancel that delivery. I want it so bad, and maybe I should have. But I didn't. I just got in the drive-through line, as aggravated as I was, and went on through with the delivery. Thankfully, it did move a little bit faster than I thought it would. It was still too long, but it wasn't as long as I had anticipated it to be. So after that, I got another delivery to the Meadowview Convention Center in Kingsport. That was kind of a rough deal as well. I got there, parked, and had to walk a mile to get into the building from the parking lot. And it's a great old big convention center. There's like a hotel there. Part of it's a hotel. And my instructions were to deliver it to a hotel room, and I had the room number. Didn't have a clue where it was. I've picked up passengers from the Meadowview Convention Center, but I think in 5.5 years, that's the first time I ever delivered anything there. So I run all over that building, had to go upstairs, and massive building. I felt like I had about 2 miles logged by the time I got that delivery done, and it was not worth it. It was not worth it, but I followed through, and I went ahead and took care of that. Got a couple of, all of that was with Uber. Got a couple of orders with Grubhub later on that were good. They weren't near as horrible as nothing bad that I know to say about those. Interesting thing going on here with me. I've been doing Grubhub. I started with Uber and Lyft in early 2019, so I've been doing this gig work thing for 5.5 years, but I just started Grubhub in February of this year. So I've been at that for about 7 months. And I didn't even know that you could schedule blocks. Well, I knew you could, but every time I'd click the little scheduling thing, it was like a blank screen that would come up. And my daughter, who had recently signed up for Grubhub, my teenage daughter, they're the ones that school us all on this electronic stuff, right? But she had to show me what to do. She showed me how to go in there and update the scheduling, which I did, and then I started seeing the blocks. Well, I've done it for 7 months, and I've never scheduled a block, and have been able to stay fairly busy with it. But an interesting thing happened to her. She's new to Grubhub, and she had scheduled a block last week for 2.5 hours, and sat at home for the whole 2.5 hours and never got the first call. Well, come to find out, a day or two later, or ever how long it was, she had a deposit in her bank account from Grubhub for 25 bucks. And she was like, why did Grubhub pay me $25? I've never done the first order. I've never delivered the first order, which she hadn't at that time. And then we come to find out that according to our market, they have to pay at least $10 an hour when you schedule a block. So she got paid $25 for that 2.5 hours where she sat at home and had no deliveries. So that was a little bit of an encouragement to her. She's going to school and needs money, so I was happy about that. Well, it inspired me to schedule a block. So after 5.5 years of gig work and 7 months with Grubhub, I've scheduled my first block. I guess it's called a block. It's just an hour from 10 o'clock tonight until 11 o'clock. And just kind of a little bit of an experiment. I really don't want to have to go out at 10 o'clock tonight, but I want to see what happens. Am I going to sit at home and get paid $10 for nothing? Or am I going to get called out late at night to go deliver somebody's food? Well, I'll let you know what happens. I'll try to update you in the next day or two and let you know what happens with that. Have a blessed day. Bye now.